Hello, everyone. My name is John with JobShot, and we're going to jump into this first training of the Handyman Scaling System. Now, in this training, we're going to go through setting up your domain if you don't have one, your personal or professional email. I'm going to show you how to do that so that we're working with a professional email and not a Gmail. And I'm going to walk you through that process. It's very simple. It's very easy to do. And I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. Now, before we jump in, I just want to give you my one and only somewhat of a pep talk, because working with guys on their business, there's a pattern that I see, and the pattern is that we don't believe that we can get to $20,000 a month or $50,000 a month. A lot of guys just don't believe that. They can't see that. And they look at someone else who's doing those numbers, $50,000 a month or $100,000 a month, and they just can't see themselves getting there. And the perception is that somehow they're just gifted. You know what I mean? And it's not true. Nothing about that is true. You cannot grow your business beyond your own personal concept of what you're capable of doing. You can't do it. You cannot grow a business to $40,000 or $50,000 a month with a $8,000 or $9,000 a month mentality. Just can't be done. So it's going to require us understanding that in order to get to where that person that you see doing those type of numbers, absolutely crushing it in their handyman business, if you do the things that they're doing, you're going to get the results that they get. It's really that simple. There's no magic pixie dust that got them to where they're at. There's a book by Maxwell Waltz. He's a plastic surgeon back in the 1800s called Psycho-Cybernetics. And it's about self-conception, what people perceive of themselves in order to reach a goal, because he noticed that in his plastic surgery, he would work on people and he would perform these surgeries on people, but there's nothing that would change in what they saw in themselves after the surgery. And so he developed this process to get people to understand and to visualize the end goal or the end results before going into the surgery. And it's just an incredible book. And so what I want to do is get you to understand that you need to be able to see yourself at that 50 or 60 or $100,000 a month mark before you can reach it. It's not possible to do it. It's not even possible to hit the 20,000 mark per month mark if you can't see it. And that's the low bar that we're reaching for in this training. Now, I want to give you an example. If you take someone that's doing $50,000 a month or $20,000 a month, and you look at them and you look at what you're doing, if you're not doing those type of numbers, if you're just getting started, or if you're working a job and you're doing this part-time and you're trying to scale, I want you to think about this. If someone got into a vehicle, let's say they're in Houston, Texas, and they got in a vehicle, they put their foot on the brake, they started the vehicle, they put it in drive, and they stopped at every stoplight, and they drove an X number amount of miles, and they ended up at a destination in Dallas, Texas, and they put that car in park, and they shut it off. If you got in that same vehicle at the same spot they did, and did the same thing they did, and drove the same number of miles that they drove, it's not possible for you to end up in Wichita, Kansas. You're going to end up at the same spot that they ended up. In other words, if you do what someone who is doing $50,000 a month do, you will get the results that they're getting. It's really that simple. And doing so is going to require overcoming some of those mental blocks that keep us back. Nothing I'm going to be showing you in this training is hard. It's not hard to do. My wife and I adopted a 10-year-old kid, Henry. And out of foster. And if I got that kid in here, he's 11 now. He was actually 8 years old when we got him. But if I got him in here, he's 11 years old, and I showed him step by step, told him what buttons to push, he would be able to do everything that I'm going to be showing you in this training. In other words, I need you to understand that, because when you talk about doing stuff that's technical or outside of people's comfort zone, they automatically shy away. But these are the things that's going to get you to the next level in your business. I'm not trying to show you things that are pretty, that are sexy, or any of that. I'm trying to show you things that's going to get you to the next level in your business. Because we're talking about building generational wealth. We're talking about building something that you can leave to your kids and grandkids. We have to look at this thing beyond ourselves, just something that can make us money, pay bills, and put food on the table. There's much more at stake here. So just prepare yourself to be able to do some things that you're uncomfortable with, but understand it's not difficult to do, and all you have to do is follow the steps. And if you do that, you will end up at $20,000 a month and $50,000 a month in 90 days. Guaranteed. So that being said, understand that it may not make sense, but you need a professional email. If you're going to be a professional, this is what takes us out of that handyman hobby mentality and takes us into that handyman business mentality. Because if someone think about this, if someone has a $500,000 house, you think they're going to want Joe Blow with a Gmail coming to their house? Some people may. But you're going to have a lot of people that understand this is not a professional business. So no, I'm not inviting them into my $500,000 home to fix whatever it is that they need fixing. So if you're going to reach that level of clientele, you have to look the part. And looking the part is going to require putting some things in place. Something as simple as a professional email. So with that being said, that'll be the only pep talk I give, so to speak, of this training. But just understand that you can get where you need to get if you just follow these steps. That being said, let's just jump into the training. Now, I use Name Hero. I use them. I'm not an affiliate of Name Hero. I don't know why, because I love the service. I mean, they just have a good service. They have a good platform. It's good technology for a hosting provider, and they have excellent customer service. Their customer service is second to none, which is why I stay with them. Now, some people, it just blows my mind, would consider them a premium service. Yeah, they are a premium service, but when they say a premium service, they're talking about a premium service as in the price that they charge. I think it's like $17, $18 a month. I mean, a year. $17, $18 per year for a domain. So what it's going to cost you. And if that's premium, I'll take it all day long, considering the support that they give you as a customer on their platform. So that's what I use. I mean, there's been times where I've run into things. I've been doing websites. I was coding websites with HTML before the WYSIWYG editor. There's still some things that I don't know. So I run into stuff, and I can easily get on support, and they'll go in, and what I'm struggling with, boom, in 2 or 3 minutes, they're done. And they're willing to do that for you as a customer on their platform, which is why I use them. So the first thing, if you don't have a domain, we're going to register a domain. If you do have one, you can just skip this part. But we're going to take that domain and set up a professional email. We're going to create a Gmail, and we're going to have that professional email go from our server to that email. It sounds technical. Trust me when I tell you it's super simple. So let's just jump right in to do that. So I'm going to register a new domain. Now I have this process, the Handyman Scaling System. So let's just do that. Let's register that domain if it's available. So Handyman Scaling. Let's see what we come up with. Let's take that out and see if that helps. Handyman Scaling System. It's available. It's $17.98 per year. Went into the cart that time. Let's go ahead and buy that domain. So I always get the ID protection. Now what this does is if you don't, you don't need these two. Email forwarding, you don't need those, but you do need this. The ID protection is basically, it makes all your information that you put in public record, and people have access to that. And you'll start getting phone calls and emails just from every spammer on planet Earth. So what this does is it hides that information from the eyes of people who just looking to just mass spam people. So that's very important. So we're going to go ahead and get that ID protection. We're going to continue to check out. Name service, you don't have to worry about those. It's going to be $23, $23.96 for a year. So I'm going to go ahead and get that domain. Let me see what I need to put in here. So I'm going to put my information in here. So I'm just going to ask you not to watch, and I'm going to trust that you're not going to watch. Just kidding. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and set up our Gmail. We want to set up a separate Gmail specifically for this account. And there's a reason for that, because if you already have a Gmail, then it's already being used. We want to keep all of our stuff that's going to be going into this email into a separate account so that we can keep track of it. Now, if you have a Gmail, of course, you can just go to any of your Gmails from the same account. So when you click on your Gmail, it'll have a drop-down menu. If you have more than one Gmail account, it'll show you that one and you can go into it. So it's there's not another entirely different process that you have to go through once you set that up. So all you have to do is go to, I'm going to open an incognito window and I'll show it to you. You go to accounts, accounts.google.com, and it'll bring you to this window here. And once you do that, you're going to just sign up for a new Gmail account. So I'm going to do mine. At Handyman Scaling System at gmail.com. It's going to go next. Can't find this account. Oh, no. That is create an account. Let's do that. Let's just go for personal use. If you do the business account, it's going to take you through a whole. Now you can do that, but just for this purpose, I'm just going to use it. Just make it easier and just faster. Okay, now here's where you put your Gmail in. So, Handyman Scaling System at Gmail. Let's go. Password, put your password in. Confirm password. And next. If you have another Gmail account, you can use that as a recovery. You don't have to, you can just skip it. So we'll just skip it. Next. Next. You got to read this and then agree. Confirm. And now you have your Gmail account. Now, if you have a Gmail account, when you go to your Gmail on your phone, that email account it'll give you the option to add another Gmail account on your phone. So that way, when you log in, when you say do another email account, you put your email and your password in. Now it'll give you the option between those two Gmails. If you don't have another one, then of course you download the app, Gmail app, and you log in from there. Now, when we set it up to fetch our professional email from the server, it'll go to that email account. And I'm going to show you how you can get all your emails into that Gmail account, even though like this one I have handymanscalingsystem.com. When I go into the server, I can set up John at handymanscalingsystem.com. You can set up yours, your name at your business name.com, and it'll go to your Gmail. And you can also set it up in Gmail where it will email using that professional email. So even though you're emailing from Gmail, it'll have your professional email address on there. So I'll be able to email from handymanscalingsystem@gmail.com, but the email will go out as John at handymanscalingsystem.com. So I hope that helps. And that way, when you put it on your, if you email a customer or you set it up to where you're emailing customers or you're sending confirmations or whatever communications with your customers, it's got your professional email on there. You can use that on your business profile. If you're doing business card, you can use that on your business cards. So that's how that works. So now that you have your domain registered, you have your Gmail, you need a hosting package. So with Name Hero, I think their lowest package, if you have one domain, or if you have one business that you're going to have inside of your hosting package, I think it goes up as if you have like multiple locations, in other words. But if you have one, I think it's like $8 a month. So it's going to cost you about less than $100 for a hosting package. And with that, you'll be able to log into your cPanel. And of course, once you're inside of your domain, it'll give you that option. So I already have that. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to go to your hosting package and you're going to log into your cPanel. So you click on your hosting package. Once you get your hosting package, and you're going to log into your cPanel right here. Go into your cPanel. And I'm going to use another one because the domain that I registered was actually outside of this package. So I have tech support working on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a different domain to show you how to fetch your email to your server, to your Gmail rather. So you're going to come back in here and you're going to go to your domains. Domains right here. And you're going to look for the domain. Of course, you won't have to look for yours if you have just a one in there, but I have a ton of them. I'm going to use this one. Now, of course, yours will have just that one domain in there, so you just go to that domain. You'll come to this page. You just come over here and you just create an email address. It's going to bring you to this page. You're going to put in your name. So it's going to have your domain right here. You put your name in that you want to use. So for this instance, I'm going to use, then you're going to generate a password. You're going to copy that password. You're going to come into your Google Drive. Now with each Gmail account that you create, so the Gmail account that we just created, what you're going to do is you're going to come over here to these three dots and you're going to go to Google Drive. And inside of that Google Drive, you're going to click on this and go to a Google Doc. And you're going to name this password. Name it whatever, email or email login. And you're going to put that password in there so you can keep track of it. Now, I use, it's an app, it's called LastPass. That's what I use to store all of my passwords in. It's free. You can get that. That way you have all of your passwords in a secure location. Or you can just create a Google Drive doc and put it in there. Either way, you'll have access to it. Now, if you have Google Drive, or you can download the LastPass app on your phone. However, you can use Google Drive as well, and that way you can access it from your phone if you ever need to get access to it. And once you click on that, it'll put your email login. Okay, just make all of this 30. Okay, so now you have your password. We're going to copy that password. we're going to come back over here and we're going to generate this email address. Create it. Now go to that email. John at Japshot Social. Now we're going to check this email right now. Go in and you check it. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to test it. Now you're going to get all of your credentials right here to set up with your Gmail account. However, I always like testing mine first. So I'll log out and I'll put my password in just to make sure that it's working, that it's functioning. Okay. So now we know that that's working. So what you're going to do now is you're going to come back over to your Gmail account. And you're going to come up here to the settings and you're going to see all settings. You're going to come over here to account import and you're going to come down to where it says grant access. Nope, that's not it. Check mail from other accounts. And you're going to add a mail account right here. So you're going to click on that. And you're going to put in your email address. You're going to go next. Next. Put in your password that you copied. Did I do that right? Make sure. Okay. And you're going to put your email in. And your POP server. Now, this will leave a copy of that email on your server. But you can if you want to. 995 is going to be the... And you're going to get that from over here. Into your email right here. And you're going to click on this. This is where this comes from. Right here. So this is the mail right here. The mail server. Incoming server. And then you have your outgoing server. And we'll do that here in a second. But the port is going to be 995. That's what that is. Let's move this over here so we have it close by. This one. And then add account. And that's going to add your account. Now, all the emails from that server will come into your Gmail. How you want to identify those emails coming into your Gmail account. So we're going to go next. Then it's going to ask you if you want to send emails from this professional email, from your professional email. Yes, we do. So we're going to put our password back in again. This time we're going to change the port because the port is different. Well, actually, it's already fetched that email. So that email that was in there, it's already fetched to Gmail. So now it's already in Gmail. So it's asking for the port number. So let's go back and grab that. And the port number is going to be 465. Username, John at JapShotSocial.com. SSL, yes. Add account. That's simple. So now that's done. So now you see that it has that email in here now. So now I can check mail from that email and I can send mail. I can check mail from John at Japshot Social and I can send emails from John at Japshot Social. So now that you're able to create a signature line if you want to. All of that is not that important, but if you want to, you can come down here and you can create a signature line. Your name. And put your website in. You can do all of that. Now, the only thing that I would warn against when doing this is putting images and links into your signature line, because once you start sending emails out, they'll go into spam until that email is warmed up. Once you've used it for a while, then yes, you can send images and links in your emails, and it'll still go into the inbox. But if you do that right out of the bat, it's going to go into the spam folders. So to avoid that, you really don't need a signature line. The main thing is you have your professional email set up, and now, okay, confirm. You go into your inbox and you see that email that was in your server is now here. It's fetched it from your server. So you have another one now. This one is going to come, this one is actually going to, so let me show you something. Let me show you this. Let me pull this out. And show you how this works in real time. Up, it's already gone. It's already gone. Disappeared right before our eyes. So that's how that works. So anytime an email come in there, every now and then, what your Gmail will do is fetch it. And so it'll fetch it into your Gmail. So that's how that works. So now if anyone sends an email with John at Jabshot Social, it'll come into your Gmail. So now that you have your professional email set up, if you have any questions about it, please feel free to reach out to me, because I want to help you get this done. This is part of the process, and I know it can be confusing, but part of our growing into this business owner handyman is going to require learning some new stuff. And I don't want you to get stuck on this and have this to hold you back from reaching your goal, which is to get to that $20,000 or $50,000 a month mark. So if you need help with it, just reach out to me. If you get stuck on something, don't get stuck and just stay there. Okay? Reach out to me and I'll help you get through it. So I hope that helps. I will see you in the next video.